Oh no! I didn't realize I didn't realize the little straps for the sloth head, sloth hat were below it. I didn't realize it looked like little legs. Okay, I was doing that for 10 seconds. They caught the last 2 seconds of me doing it. I'm so happy they didn't delay even longer than that. Because that would have been really bad if I'm like in the middle of taking my horse head off like I just normally wear, and it's like, oh, the run's starting, I have to take it off. Okay, so I can't see in that thing, so unfortunately I can't run with that on. But I do have a different hat to make up for it. But this is St. Hazel's Horsepital. Welcome to this lovely experience. I sound so tired. We have a very special guest. Would you like to introduce yourself before we get going?
Hi. I'm Newt, and I worked on this game, along with a bunch of other people.
You'll be able to give us some wonderful insight into what brought this about.
I have tried my very best to erase it from my memory, but I will give it a go.
We'll have to rip the Band-Aid for 20 minutes or so hopefully that's all right. How many donations to keep the horse head on? 2, 1, go. So, how would you pitch this game to people or describe it when you were working on it or once you finished it?
I mean, it's a horse in a hospital. That's
that's pretty much.
Yeah, that's about it.
We're trying to save our horse friend from the hospital.
That's
and
right.
You know, some crazy things happen. We go places that are not the hospital, and you know, we meet some friends along the way, and all that wonderfulness.
Yeah,
so, you continue.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty wild ride. We started this literally just with the sentence, horse in a hospital trying to save a friend.
So Horsepital wasn't you didn't think the word Horsepital and you're like, okay, now we need to make a game based around that entirety.
No, that was, I mean, okay, so, it's a student game, right?
Yeah. It takes us a bit to get going for this. Hey Femmer, how's it going? I didn't realize it during it. Someone mentioned it before. They're like, oh yeah, like midway through the run, you guys kind of get your stride with it and figure it out. I didn't really realize that during it, but like definitely like the first few minutes, it's like, I think we kind of have to feel it out because this voice chat is the first time we've spoken to each other. And we didn't discuss anything beforehand, like, oh, we're gonna talk about, the only thing we said is like, just I'm gonna let you do shout outs at the end for the development team and all that. But you know, so it does take a second, but it gets pretty decent.
As a school project, and we
Wait, what did J-Hobbs say?
Sort of.
I saw someone mention J-Hobbs. Let me see. J-Hobbs, what did you say? Where are you? Or are you just sitting in chat and someone tagged you for no reason? Did J-Hobbs actually say anything, or did someone get me? Someone mess with me? I don't know that J-Hobbs actually said anything. Why would you tag him? You didn't say anything. Seemed like a dev interview more than a speedrun commentary. That's fair. I had like no clue even what to how to even approach it, but I thought it would be interesting to talk about it from that perspective. I don't think it was what people were expecting, I guess, but
the title St. Hazel's Horsepital before any of the other stuff in the game. Like, we didn't have any other ideas besides the name. We just liked that name so much we had to make a game about it. So that's how this came about.
So I do want to talk about the crouching and uncrouching we're doing to speed through things, but we are about to start one of the most when I run this game for people, once they see this cutscene, like they're on board until this part, and then they see the cutscene, and everything goes off the rails in the very best way. do you remember the process of adding this into the game and kind of how that went and what you were thinking?
Yeah, I mean, we pretty much had to add this into the game because we had the artist for the game is like very much a hippie, and he's like really into like sort of 60s culture and 70s culture, and before we were talking about making this game, we were talking about maybe making a Vietnam-based kart racer. Which we didn't do, but then we still had to...
Oh, I talk about the crouching and uncrouching later, but I'm like, I need to put that on hold because something's about to happen that is going to confuse a bunch of people, and we need to talk about it now. The crouching and uncrouching can wait. We need to talk about Vietnam. I said as little as possible about what was happening on the screen and just left it up to Newt to say whatever Newt wanted to say about it. However much that was. I knew nothing about the fact that one of the devs was like, really wanted to include something from the Vietnam War because of yeah. Like I didn't know anything. I literally the only thing I suspected was the space section was because they had assets for the space, like some sort of space assets, and they wanted to use it. That was the only thing I suspected. But yeah, so this is very interesting for me. Yeah, that comment comes later, I think, for
put some nice war flashbacks in there. And drugs, of course. So that part is always so fun to watch people react to for the first time.
So the crouching and uncrouching makes you go. This is the fast way of moving in this game. It makes you go faster. It's because you're supposed to crouch and like hide places. But the speed boost you get from that is intentional, correct?
Yeah. The speed strat, not so much. But like we were aware of it, and we
what speed strats do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know about any speed strats.
Now this part right here, we were not aware of when we shipped the game.
Yeah, so you're supposed to press the lever, but as speedruns go, sometimes we don't do the thing we're supposed to do. So since the hitbox of the elevator goes beyond the bounds of it, actually, you're able to enter it from moderately close by to it. And I do want to look at that horse go. Kind of dictate what's about to happen. This game is actually very... Oh, whoops. Well, that clip usually takes forever, but we just kind of went. This game is actually very difficult to find clips for and like getting out of bounds. It is a real struggle. I've had multiple people sit down and look at it and be like, oh, I can find something. I can figure it out. And then, no. So, we make do with what we have, but...
We did a little bit of testing.
So with the crouching and uncrouching left in, with the thought that, you know, it is kind of a speedier way of doing it and kind of speed strats with that is, so how much were you aware of, I guess, speedrunning as you were developing this? You know, I do agree with your comment now. The more I listen to the commentary for this and what I did for it, I definitely agree more now. Like, yeah, this was very, very much an interview from a speedrunner's perspective rather than having them on and like showing them the run. And part of that was that Newt had watched the run before. Newt had seen like, I would say like 75% of this run, and then like 25% of it's slightly different, including some of the clips, I think. Well, I actually think Newt's seen some of the clips before. So I think the only really new thing for Newt was during the glitch showcase. So we'll see how that goes.
I mean, we had like internal runs right before the game launched just to see who could play through it the fastest. My best time, which was the best time, was 25, just like 25 minutes.
I forgot to mention it. I forgot to mention the joke. Newt's best time and the best time for the devs was 25 minutes. And I set the estimate for this to be exactly 25 minutes. And that was not an unintentional thing. That was something I was aware of when I made the estimate. And I forgot to mention it because I thought I changed my estimate to be slightly lower than that. I forgot that it was actually exactly 25 minutes. If someone really paid attention, that was intentional. That was completely something that I thought about and thought it would be a funny thing to do, and so I did it. But I didn't bring attention to it during it because I forgot that I did it, and now I just re-remembered.
And we were doing the wiggle run, and we were doing the restart levels to skip certain things.
Yeah.
That was just like, we knew that was like a bug, but we were like, oh, whatever. it's in there. It's not bothering anyone.
It's fun. We use the restarting to skip certain. So it resets the pattern for certain levels because while the cutscene's playing, the pattern's still going. We also use it for one cutscene in particular where you're supposed to talk with someone and you can just restart the level and they disappear. But we have this cutscene where we try to save our friend and we get stabbed by a pitchfork that all the doctors have because it's a normal hospital. That's fine. I mean, it's for horses, I guess. So, you know.
Well, it's not for horses. That's the whole thing, right?
That's true.
A horse has like broken in.
I got schooled on the lore by Newt. I didn't know my Horsepital lore well enough. They would get normal instead of going to a normal hospital. I got shamed. I got destroyed live on stream. I forgot that I should have known that. One thing I did want to show off was the dev room. I didn't even mention it during the run. There's a room where I think one of the devs is... You have to press a lever in the middle of nowhere to access it, but it just like is a completely like blank room, and there's just like what I presume is one of the developers just sitting in the middle of it. I guess I could have shown that off during the glitch showcase, but I'm pretty sure I went over time for my glitch showcase as well. If I had to guess, I think it went over the 5 minutes it was supposed to be. Save 0 seconds, but it looks cool, so I do it anyways. It's the exact same as doing it normally, but it's, you know, sometimes you just have to do stuff just because. If you can go out of bounds and walk around. Also, Hazel has some pretty bad problems with staircases, as we'll see for the rest of the section here. We're in a dungeon, by the way.
We did not do any horse research for this game, but we think this is what horses are like. I remember our teacher being like, you should go out and like look at horses and how they move and try and like replicate that. And we were like, I think we're pretty happy with what we got in terms of how the horse moves.
I've tried drawing horses before from memory. You know, I can imagine it's probably a similar thing where it's like, oh, we can do it. And then I appreciate really Hazel's eyes the most, honestly. I think they make Hazel very expressive. For this level is extremely... I do love the comment about our professor told us to go look at how horses moved and go see horses in real life, and we're like, yeah, we know how horses look. It's fine. Everything's okay. That was pretty good. And it was pretty... Maybe you need to go outside. But honestly, this is a really good game for like a student game, like unironically. And we want to get out of here before the other guy turns. How long until I mention that this is actually a stealth game, by the way? I think it takes forever. We want to wiggle around this way instead. and move this way and do it a little bit simpler. Usually you can cut like right through the middle between them, and it's super risky, but why not do it for a marathon run? Because I have zero fear whatsoever. So now we're in the section where we've got all the basement stuff and the cult sort of vibes that appear. And Toilet Jimbo's still here, who gave us our first flashback, so we'll be getting another one soon.
Toilet Jimbo is based on that one guy on the team, by the way. Like he did dress like that. He's not an old man, but we did have a literal hippie on the team.
Oh, nice. Shoutouts to the... So a lot of the puzzles here... I never got to mention it during the run, but shoutouts to the fact that the horse doesn't prioritize like important objects when you grab it. So sometimes you'll just keep grabbing the same box over and over again. It's like, I want this torch! Stop grabbing the box, Hazel! It's good stuff. There are more light-based, or a lot of the things you need to do are a lot more light-based. One thing to mention, though, is we have to be very careful when we get near edges at all with Hazel, because the second a single hoof for Hazel goes off a ledge, Hazel's entire body loses corporal presence and will clip through everything and just die. So you have to be watching out for that because it's easy to go for like a really long level like this and just accidentally step to the side and Hazel. Not an exaggeration. Hazel will just clip straight through the ground and just die. Because there's a lot of things like, oh, I could skip across here, and then no.
No.
Stopping those darn speedrunners. So we are getting to another lovely cutscene where this is another sort of thing where the artist had a certain interest in what they liked, and now we're in space because of it.
No, this is leftover assets from another game.
That's fair.
We were like, all right, we're gonna ship in like a couple of weeks. We need some stuff for this cutscene. What do we have?
We don't know what this cutscene is gonna be about. What do we have? I'm pretty sure I said it the first time I played through. I was like, they probably just like use the assets of it. I'm happy I wasn't wrong. I appreciate the date for it being 1961, being a very historically accurate date for horses going to space.
Of course.
I appreciate it. Nice little added detail. So we're now in the actual. We've gone from the basement to the dungeon, and now we need to collect a whole bunch of stuff. Like a toy car. Just the normal stuff for cult rituals, really. Glowing cog that's over here. I forgot the last one is. I think it's a pill bottle. Probably. I'm kind of getting from chat. I'm still getting like the vibes of the stuff that I think people would be thinking in the room while doing it. It's not the same really, but it's still nice in a way. But I don't know how well. Like I'm curious how well this would have gone or how well it would have worked. Because I'm sure Newt would not have flown to GDQ for this, so it would have been me in person and then Newt on call, and I don't know how well you can get a feel for, well, I don't know. Either way, but it would have been interesting to see how different it would have been. Control minds, or a specific mind really, but we get the ability to mind control. So and then Hazel's head replaces the head of the person we're mind controlling.
That is one of my favorite things in this game. That the head swaps out. It's so funny every time.
It's really good.
Not to like pat my own back, but I didn't make that part, so I'm allowed.
It's pretty good. So we do actually have to talk with Hungry Harris, and then the muffin randomly will magically appear there. Because unless we know that Hungry Harris is hungry, muffins exist. We have to go over here, toss the muffin in there. The funny thing is, like I'll show it. You can just push this gate. Hungry Harris can get out if he wants to. Like the gate's unlocked, so you can go. For some reason, I don't know why, but when you're mind controlling, the person you're mind controlling doesn't have collision sometimes with ledges like Hazel does. So I like the it's like we don't really know why. There's some special stuff you can do because there's one pit you can follow. Underrated comment. Wait a second, I saw a very underrated comment. Covert Muffin has the best laugh by far of anyone. It's beautiful. I'm gonna buy this when I get home from work. I'm surprised someone would watch me run this and their instant thing would be like, I'm gonna buy this immediately. It's like, I don't know. We started the run by both being like, yeah, this is gonna be kind of a painful experience. Being like, yeah, we're gonna have to pull out some memories from the development of this. But I did like the we forgot about those. Pretty good. I'm gonna try to do. I only got it once in practice because I just found it. I'm gonna try it once. I'm gonna try a skip and see if I can go out of bounds here. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But we'll see if we can do it. Be a marathon Lux on our side if we can weasel our way out of here. We have we're being chased as well while this is happening. So if we don't get out of bounds, we just kind of die. Which is I'd rather not do that. Oh, unfortunately we've died. But you can get out in that corner, but if you fail doing it, you get clipped inside of the thing that this is sitting on, and you're just stuck there. And he'll just come over and
that clip is really hard. I've never gotten in a run, but there goes Hazel.
We have to give this to our friend that we've been mind controlling and get out of the way.
Dr. Stockholm.
Dr. Stockholm, very important. Yeah. Lots of important.
I didn't mention the dead body that was in the coffin there. I don't know why.
With
oh well.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to mention that. There's a lot going on, but in case you missed that. Frida is an important character along with Buddy, who we've been trying to save repeatedly with little success. So there's Buddy again. We're gonna save him. We're definitely gonna save him. The dialogue, it's very weird when you mash through it really quickly, because Dr. Stockholm's dialogue's open when Frida's standing there, and then
we didn't even like mention the fact that there's like a child in Vietnam. We never even talked about that.
It's a clue factory. You shared some very insightful lore about horses and unicorns in this. I don't know if it was you or if it was one of the other developers that shared the interesting lore about unicorns in this universe. That might have been one of the other ones.
I don't remember. I remember there was something about unicorns.
So
there's like it's okay. I didn't know about. I said something dumb about the lore earlier, but I do know the very secret lore about unicorns and horses, at least. So it all evens out at the end. It's just a Vietnam thing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, in this universe, horses make normal glue, but unicorns make super glue.
Oh yeah. I mean, of course. The immediate person that just goes, no.
It's very believable. St. Hazel's Horsepital lore. So yeah, we are in the
that's
final
great.
of this run. And, we have to...
Why are so many people saying that they eat glue? Stop it. I don't like it.
Can I sneak in one little donation here?
You can get a donation in. Go for it.
Alright, so Want Croc sends $20 and says, the memory's working on this game. Never thought I'd see St. Hazel's Horsepital at a GDQ event. And to have been picked up by such an amazing runner as Bullets, too.
Thank you. Very sweet of you.
That was very nice of them to say, actually.
This is very fun because you're supposed to turn off both these flamethrowers, but I only do things halfway, so we're just going to turn this one off. And if you hug the left side and you have all your health, you're able to avoid turning off the second one. So sometimes you get stuck on the flamethrower during the cutscene and you just go down to 0 health. And I don't think you can die during cutscenes in this game. So you just have to go out very quickly and try not to die. But that just avoids going and hitting the other lever over there. Alright, we have Dr. Stockholm again. We have to
Did someone say they specifically woke up for this? Who said that? Did they just say it? Let me see. Did someone actually... Wait! Why? Why did someone wake up in the middle of the night for this? I didn't even. I stayed up the whole night for it. I guess that's more commitment, but imagine setting an alarm and the alarm just says Horsepital on it. As much as I just love showing this game, but like I when I was talking with people that know me and are like, yeah, I'm excited for your Horsepital run, but I'm not gonna be able to stay up for it. I'm like, I don't blame you. That's okay. It's like 4 a.m. It happens, you know. Unicorns make glitter glue. That's fair. That is a potential thing that could be going there. But yeah, I'm really happy Newt was on for this. It makes so much better.
come over here and give him his proper mind control apparatus. Oh, what was the name of it? I actually sat through the dialogue and figured out what the name of it was. What was it? I don't... It's like neck brace or something like that. I forgot.
I can't remember.
I've forgotten all the lore. I'm so sorry. I'm disappointing you.
I wrote the dialogue and I can't remember, so...
So we can mind control now with all these terminals, so whenever we have access to a terminal, we're able to control Dr. Stockholm, and now Dr. Stockholm has a horse head. Or this... oh, okay. The cart.
I don't know why that cart stuck to him, but that's okay.
The door opens. You can press another lever and it sets them on fire, but it's kind of mean. I mean, we squished 2 people, so I guess we don't really have the moral high ground and like not also turning on flamethrowers, but...
I don't know why the horse makes the dying noise every time you get to the end.
No reason whatsoever. So this is another. So each of the areas has their own flashback. This will be the final one. Is this bad? Wait. Okay, we need to pause to read this. Sorry. There's the I leave for a minute, take my dog for a pee. What is going on? And then there's a is this bad block? Because this game is amazing. What does that mean? I know what they're trying to say, but I appreciate it. They tried really hard to say, but is happening with them. I personally underrated this third cutscene is by all the Horsepital historians out there. Yeah, they're sleeping on this one. Like the other two, they catch your attention because they're out there, but this one's subtly interesting. Also, this key card can get you stuck in the door. It's a very strong key card. So we need to get a box to Toilet Jimbo over here so that we can have lovely flashbacks and proceed forwards. Sometimes this key card gets stuck on a ghost. I don't know if it'll do it. Nope, we're good. There's no ghosts. Ghostbusters came through. Nothing's haunted anymore. So we could probably sneak in a couple more donations if you have any.
All right. Let's see here. We have Iggy Zig sends a $10 and a haiku. Silly Block is here. What am I even watching? The horse? What? Technically syllables, so good.
All right, this is the final of the 3 flashbacks. I said we have time for a couple donations, and then I just cut it anyways. I don't know if I waited for a second to see if LK said anything, and then just jumped in anyways, or I don't know. Shoutouts to me. The countryside, we're having a very, very genuine, just friendly interaction between Frida and Buddy. We only have three main characters here. You have to guess which one's gonna become the evil antagonist. Could be anyone. It's probably not us. I mean, could be. It could be one of those. It could be a very meta game where we're actually the criminal. My whole theory is that. Does this game actually have one Steam review? Because then it's mine. If it has one Steam review, then it's actually just mine. Because I left one, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, like this is my Steam review that was up during the time. Is this literally the only Steam review of it? No, I don't look at all my Steam reviews. There's no way this is the only Steam review. I refuse to believe. Yeah, there's other ones. Wait, did these all come recently? No. They lied. There's way more. And by way more, I mean there's 6 of them. There's not 1, there's 6. Take that. Why do I have 56? Why do I, okay, I have a lot of regrettable time in certain games. I have 53 hours in this game. What other games do I have a weird amount of time in? I don't even know. I have 8 minutes in Poggers, which is a mistake. Narwhal Heist, I have 7. I should have more hours in that game. That's weird. But yeah, I do have 3 hours in this game. We'll put that away real quick. Actually, aliens. Probably Frida's also an alien. Explains the space travel and the googly eyes and the ability to lift 500 kilograms.
I don't know what the truth is, to be quite honest with you.
The truth is what we want it to be.
I think we had several ideas about what is actually going on and what's canon and what's
so you're supposed to, for this, you're supposed to push a box through the. Ooh, it actually worked. You're supposed to push a box all the way around the conveyor belts. But if you use physics in a fun, creative way, and you get a little lucky. Why is everyone mentioning dentists so much? Through the grinder from below it, and you can skip one of the steps of turning a box into a plank by kind of avoiding doing that. So it saves a little bit of time, and well, actually saves a decent bit because the conveyor definitely takes its time, but it works when it wants to work, and I guess it wanted to work for GDQ, which is very nice. Can I have that key card actually? Oh, thank you. There we go. Cool. He's hiding it from me. It's very rude.
Santa.
think the rest of the run's pretty normal after this at this point.
Final level before the boss fight, where the things are coming to a close. If you need to guess who you think is the antagonist of this entire series, actually, never mind. The game tells you. It just was on the speaker right there.
I called it an entire series. Like there's more Horsepital games.
You have to pay attention to the plot. Yeah.
We did joke in the voice chat afterwards. Actually, I don't know if it was during the run or after the run or after we were off stream, but I'm pretty sure I joked about Horsepital 2. And I don't think I was completely rejected for it. I don't think Newt said no full stop, which is a frightening proposition.
Oh, there is another twist, I suppose.
That is true. That is true. There's lots of twists and turns. Okay, I'm gonna try to get all three of these in at once. So you need to get different types of materials into this grinder over here because different stuff comes out. So you can kind of push okay, or not. All right. Not playing along.
This is a boss fight.
Whatever this lovely machine is. So we'll see. So we got a lot of things. So we're gonna bring this barrel over here and blow a hole through the wall. Hazel unaffected because again Hazel is an alien creature with durable
Hazel's
skin.
too powerful for your skin
Nothing can stop Hazel.
Everyone's guess is that Hazel is the final boss.
Was it just natural to set the final section of the game in a glue factory? Where's the way?
I mean,
Where'd it go?
we wanted to go to a glue factory at some point because it was just such an obvious like horse. So yeah.
Would have been a missed opportunity otherwise. For some reason you use a cone on this pressure plate. I don't know why. Sometimes it rolls off. You have to be a little bit careful and make sure it doesn't do what you don't want. Oh, I'm trying to stomp the lever instead of using my tongue like a normal horse. I don't know what I'm
Violence.
doing. Violence does not solve problems here. We have to do thoughtful solutions. So now we just need to make it through these different cycles of enemies. And since we can do crouching and uncrouching, we don't really have to. There are stealth aspects to this game.
20 minutes into the run, I say the words, "This is a stealth game." It takes me 20 minutes into the run to mention offhandedly, "This is a stealth game." I don't know. I forgot to mention that earlier.
It is supposed to be a stealth game.
It is. In case, so we're 20 minutes in. We might have missed the thread a little bit. This is intended to be mostly stealthy.
I just learned the red rope is a tongue. How is this real?
You can do whatever you want, except
It's just like
if you look at it in a certain way. Also, Dr. Stockholm for some reason jumps in the machine that is producing, condensing things down to the raw materials, and becomes a slightly smaller version of himself.
and Santa just grabs him.
I respect the bravery for that. So we do have the final boss cutscene with the final twist here. Once Hazel's done twitching on the ground, and so here's Mojo Jojo, also known as Frida, and here's Buddy. And we need to knock these pillars out using the help of our former friend, now robot horse. And every time that happens, these turrets spawn, and these turrets end up doing most of the damage to us during the boss fight. But time will be coming up once the third support gets knocked down. I will try not to forget to say time, but you know me, I just, I'm getting too involved in the stomping of the turrets, so that happens. Feel free to call me out on it. So, final one right here, and this is going to be time. There we go. So that is the end of
2-2-2-2.
Everything resolves, everyone's happy, everything's great. We're gonna take a nice long walk into the sunset. So Newt, would you like to give some shout outs now that we've finished this wonderful journey through memory lane?
Yeah, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to everyone else who worked on this game. You might not believe it, but we were 7 people struggling to make this. So Jonathan, Julia, Patrick, Magnus, Bindestrek, and Marte. I know some of you are watching this, but thanks for the crazy horse game.
I'm very happy you came along for it. It was a pleasure to show you the game and to have you be very supportive of the run and just enjoying it along with us. It always means a lot.
Yeah, I mean, we're all like, our minds are blown that somebody would like, not only play this, but speedrun it and and have that like at a big event.
I showed. I am ready to roll into bed. I already have like anything you cannot see. Everything from this part down has a fuzzy blanket on it during this. I forgot. I'm ready to roll into bed as soon as this is over. I'm gonna like, cause my bed is right here. I'm about to just tumble right in.
Like this. So yeah.
And then I forgot to actually do the glitch showcase. So we have to. There we go.
Okay, so
All right.
are we ready for that? Mentally, emotionally, time-wise, we good? All right, if we're ready, we will start. I have all the numbers of them written down because I will forget otherwise. First one, we'll do this. So we have to watch this cutscene again. So if you missed it last time, you can read the.
I have a sticky note of notes. Are they German? No, they are. Oh, someone said it and I forgot.
This game that we don't get to show off, unfortunately.
I forgot. I don't think it is. I feel like we just said goodbye and then walked in the same direction. Oh no. Because I forgot about the glitch showcase. Yeah, I forgot. I'd have to ask Newt. I might be wrong about that again though. But yeah, I have a. Is it still around? I think yeah, I have a sticky notes of just like all the levels and like what I want to do on each of them, because otherwise I would have forgotten which ones I wanted to show off and what levels they were in.
For various reasons, because only so much fun is allowed in a 20-minute span, so some of it does flow over a little bit. So Hazel has a bit of a propensity for limbs going in incorrect directions, and right here is kind of the... Oop, we can get both. We can do the wheelbarrow. There we go. All right, so this is wheelbarrow. Oh, never mind. One leg went back to normal. We can't allow that.
We never figured out what was causing this.
Let me fix, please. I can't make the game. Oh, thank you. There we go. So we can do a fun.
I think this happened to just about everyone who played the game.
And we can also do some. Oop, let's see if I can actually do it. If you grab the boxes keep coming to you, and then going into the pit, and then hitting Hazel repeatedly.
Okay, if this glitch didn't work right, it was perfectly fine, as long as the boxes just started flying at Hazel's face.
Oh, never mind, we're just out of bounds. Okay, so you can kind of see what happened. One, the box is now floating very slowly, but our speed has been broken. Also, my camera. I'm trying to rotate my camera so that Hazel is deciding to face the wrong direction, which has never happened before. So this is our never happened before moment of the run, after the run.
I don't know what causes the camera literally broke itself.
Is moving at a very slow speed with two legs sticking up and facing the incorrect direction, which two of those things I was not expecting to show off, but you know, sometimes things happen. You just gotta kind of go with it. So that's one thing. We'll keep it going. So one of the factory levels, this one, oh, never mind, we jumped over there. So on one of the levels we mind control, we get to answer a very interesting question, is like, what if you could, oh, never mind, my speed is still broken.
I've never had it happen before where it's crossed to a different level. I have no clue why my legs are still broken.
Thank you for saving the marathon, Hazel, because I have no clue how to fix that. I didn't know it lasted between levels. We're learning new things. The discoveries are being made live on Summer Games and Quick 2020 online. So we're gonna go through this normally as before, with knocking people out and launching keycards through pits. We actually didn't get stuck on the door that time, which was nice. But we're gonna do one thing differently, is that after we go through here, we'll use the key. Oop, oh, the ghost got it. There we go. That was a ghost.
There's the ghost that I mentioned before.
Room for some reason.
It really does.
So this terminal is a little bit too close to here. You can see with the interaction. So you can actually mind control yourself while being mind controlled. And when you do it, you just hear the sound effect. Like nothing happens. It's perfectly fine. Nothing's wrong. But if you unmind control, Hazel unfortunately can no longer move, and Hazel just stares into the TV forever. So there's no way to complete the level at this point.
He has lost his mind. Well done.
So I think I did this by accident. I think I was just spamming the click button as I was going, and then unmind controlled, and Hazel was just standing there. I'm like, I don't know what I just did, but
must be watching speedruns. Good stuff.
So we have a couple more.
Oh, I must go over my estimate for this of like 5 minutes, because the thing I'm about to show off is going to be like 2 minutes long.
And somehow forgot that we had this incentive, even though I mentioned it during the run here. So the thing with the mind controlling here, and I believe Newt has seen this, but it's too good not to show. It's beautiful, and lots of very weird interactions all coming together all at once. So after we do this, so you're able to walk across these gaps like we showed before, but instead of finishing the level, you can come over here where all these guys are standing. And for some reason, this pit allows you to fall down. Not sure why. But if you do that, so our camera's kind of weird. And, you know, we're kind of walking a little strange.
I'm pretty sure Newt is laughing because knows what's about to happen. Like, some funky stuff is about to happen. Oh, I just clicked the play button in my OBS window instead of the play button actually. It's been a long week.
Unfortunately, it's not. It does get a little bit worse if we unmind control as we're falling in the pit and then remind control. Unfortunately, the camera starts to spin on the incorrect axis, and we can now see the bottom of the floor instead of. I believe we're currently inside the floor during this. I think if I mind control and remind control, sometimes we can see that we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk to you. I appreciate that, though. Thank you, though.
Welcome to the Upside Down.
There we go. So we are currently inside the floor, upside down, facing wonderfully and rotating.
This was 100% intended.
Yes, this is
we
for
wanted
the
you to
people that are
discover
really
this.
Oh, we're already over the estimate. I'm not even done showing this.
If you listen to the plot and like look through it, like the game hints at it.
It's like you gotta read between the lines.
It's for the real gamers out there.
The real Horsepital fans.
And I will show one more thing that I found tonight, like a few hours ago before the run started. Which level is this? I have everything written down, but I still can't read my own handwriting, so a bit of a mess. So this doesn't go right the first time. I blame it on 100% me. For not finding this earlier and actually figuring out how to do it consistently. So I've tried going in this corner a lot to try to get out of bounds in this chest, but you can't do it. It's really unfortunate. I really wish you could. No, I don't want the torch. So this key here, there we go. I don't think the key did what I wanted it to. Oh, there it is. So now, every time the key comes down, the key's gonna like gently float down to us, and Hazel's going to headbutt it upwards and have it float away.
Why?
So Hazel will just do this forever. Like this key will never come back down as long as Hazel's standing here. So just for the next 24 hours in the marathon, we could just sit here. But I think they would prefer if we eventually got off. But I appreciate again you taking the time to wake up nice and early and give some insights in this and just enjoy this together.
I forgot how distraught Newt sounded.
I honestly don't know either, so that's okay. So thank you for being on board, and
good run. Good times. I was very happy the glitch showcase incentive got met, because like that was a lot of fun just to show. So it made it so much better. Like having one of the devs on board made it so much better. It was a lot of fun. The chat was very kind for both the runs. Like I've been very well with how chat was before with GDQs. Like if I went back and watched like my 2017 run, where like it's not sub only, like that's kind of a bit of a miserable experience because it's 100,000 people just shouting things into the void. And a lot of that is just emote spam, and it's a little bit more fun when you can actually read what people are saying and they're not like, I don't know, people aren't being extremely awful towards you.